Good evening, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm Itntlay Kamakla. On the News Mongolia today, Mongol Nomad Winter Festival to be held. A special child protection program is being implemented in 14 schools. Alcohol consumption among adolescents is on the rise. For other news, stay tuned. In celebration of the upcoming Lunar New Year, Mongolia will host the Mongol Nomad Winter Festival, highlighting traditional winter customs and raising awareness for the endangered Gobi bear. The festival, set for February 16 to 22nd in Ulaanbaatar, will feature ice sculptures showing nomadic cultural and winter sports, offering visitors a unique glimpse into Mongolia's rich heritage. Ahead of Mongolia's Lunar New Year celebrations, the Mongol Nomad Winter Festival will be organized to showcase winter customs from Mongolia's 7 categories of intangible cultural heritage. The festival also aims to raise awareness for the endangered Gobi bear Matsale and will be held alongside a winter ice and snow festival. A mini herder competition will take place over 3 days. Ice skating rinks, as well as dog and reindeer sledding, will be available to the public for a week. During the festival, an exhibition of ice sculptures created by 28 top participants from the Matsala International Ice and Snow Festival will be open to the public. The event will also highlight Mongolia's Lunar New Year traditions, including food, clothing, and daily nomadic life.
We see the need to develop winter tourism opportunities. As part of this effort, we are organizing a combined event showcasing both the Matsala Ice and Snow Festival and Mongolia's nomadic culture.
The Mongol Nomad Winter Festival will take place in Ulaanbaatar from February 16th to 22nd. The festival will also feature a Mongolian gear setup, an exhibition of cultural and creative products, and a traditional food tasting market. Save the Children in Mongolia has been implementing a special program in 14 schools in the capital and provinces over the past 2 years, working with a joint team. By operating a joint team, it is believed that violence can be detected as early as possible and the opportunity for child protection will increase. In this regard, specialists have been involved in capacity building training. Additionally, 2 types of manuals have been developed.
About 100 people, including specialists from the Family, Children, and Youth Affairs departments of 5 districts in the capital, as well as specialists, teachers, and social workers from Hovd and Qoyalta provinces, are participating in a 2-day training organized by Save the Children in Mongolia. By participating in this training, specialists have the opportunity to share good child protection practices implemented in their provinces and districts, and learn methodologies based on research.
It is a project aimed at keeping children safe from any form of violence, providing them with knowledge, information, and skills on the matter. Social workers who deal with various cases often experience significant stress. To address this, 2 new types of manuals have been developed, providing guidance and advice on how to protect oneself and remain free from stress in such situations.
Over the past 2 years, the project team has developed special training packages for teachers, parents, guardians, children, and other stakeholders involved in child protection to improve child protection efforts in school environments. Through this, they are working on implementing a new model of child protection.
Professional organizations estimate that over 100,000 people in Mongolia suffer from alcohol addiction. Surveys indicate that more than 80% of these individuals started drinking alcohol in their teenage years. Additionally, a study conducted by the National Center for Mental Health has confirmed that early alcohol exposure significantly increases the risk of developing addiction disorders. Experts emphasize the need to implement a step-by-step approach to reduce alcohol consumption among teenagers.
The addiction department at the National Center for Mental Health operates with a total of 46 beds. Generally, patients are hospitalized for 10 to 14 days depending on the severity of their symptoms. Annually, around 1,400 patients are admitted for inpatient treatment. In addition, the addiction clinic runs a day treatment program. This program includes both treatment and education over 14 days. Patients with mild conditions, such as intoxication or light withdrawal symptoms, are treated on an outpatient basis without the need for hospitalization. Initially, patients stay for 10 to 8 days to detoxify and stabilize, which helps alleviate their condition. During this period, they also receive education on alcohol addiction. However, due to the influence of their physical state or confusion, patients may not fully understand the information at this stage. Therefore, the continuation of treatment is provided through the day treatment program, which follows the Minnesota model, a treatment program for substance abuse that emphasizes abstinence and recovery. The day treatment program has been in development since 2016 and is now in its 10th year. On average, over 800 individuals actively participate in the program. These participants have learned to celebrate major events and holidays without alcohol, often substituting milk for alcohol and establishing healthier habits. Promoting healthy living habits and setting examples for adolescents is a crucial part of preventing the future risk of alcohol addiction and other related disorders. By helping young people build these habits, we can protect them from potential future issues and addiction. Out of the 1,400 individuals who participate in the program, 90% are diagnosed with alcohol addiction. Of these, 60 to 70% are in the advanced stage of addiction, showing signs of delirium and confusion. Generally, individuals aged 30 and below make up 25 to 35% of the cases. When patients are asked about when they first started drinking alcohol and when they began excessive consumption, most report that they started drinking at the age of 16 or 17. Therefore, early alcohol use in adolescence significantly increases the risk of developing alcohol addiction later in life.
You're watching News Mongolia. Let's take a look at currency exchange rates provided by the Mongol Bank. Now we shift our attention to foreign news provided by our international partner news agencies. Former U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday reinstated full tariffs on steel imports and raised aluminum tariffs in a significant shift in trade policy ahead of the 2024 election.
Under the new measures, all steel imports will be taxed at a minimum of 25%, while aluminum tariffs will increase from 10 to 25%. The changes, effective March 12th, eliminate exemptions granted during Trump's first term. "We were being pummeled by both friend and foe alike," Trump said while signing the proclamations. "It's time for our great industries to come back to America," he added. The decision affects key trade partners, including Canada, Brazil, Mexico, and South Korea, the top steel suppliers to the U.S. The move drew immediate criticism, with Canadian Chamber of Commerce President Candace Ling calling Trump a destabilizing force in global trade. Economists warn the tariffs could increase costs for manufacturers using steel and aluminum, particularly in the automotive and appliance industries, leading to higher consumer prices. Ben Steele of the Council on Foreign Relations cautioned that the tariffs could trigger retaliation from trading partners and job losses in industries facing rising input costs. The steel company stock surged after the announcement, with Cleveland-Cliffs jumping nearly 18% and U.S. Steel rising 5%. However, shares of companies reliant on steel and aluminum, such as General Motors, declined, raising concerns about the broader impact on U.S. manufacturing. Trump also signaled additional tariffs on computer chips, automobiles, and pharmaceuticals, arguing they will encourage more domestic production. You are ultimately going to have a price reduction because they are going to make their steel here, Trump said, adding that the move would also create more jobs. Howard Lutnick, Trump's nominee for Commerce Secretary, claimed that tariffs could bring back 120,000 jobs, though he did not specify how that figure was calculated. Previous tariffs imposed in 2018 led to modest job gains that were later erased during the COVID-19 pandemic. Economists are also closely watching the upcoming U.S. inflation report, expected to show a 2.8% rise in consumer prices. Many warn that tariffs could add further inflationary pressure, impacting household budgets and economic growth.
On Monday, former U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order reversing federal efforts to phase out plastic straws. He criticized paper alternatives, saying they don't work, and declaring it okay to keep using plastic straws despite their environmental impact. Trump's decision contradicts ongoing efforts by several states, cities, and businesses that have already banned or limited plastic straws to combat pollution.
Plastic straws, often dismissed as trivial, have become a symbol of the global pollution crisis. With over 390 million used daily in the US, they are among the most common single-use plastics. Their small size makes them non-recyclable, and they take at least 200 years to decompose. As they break down, they form microplastics, which have been found in human tissues and are raising concerns about potential health risks, including links to heart disease and Alzheimer's.
On Monday, President Trump issued an executive order encouraging the federal government and all Americans to use plastic straws whenever possible.
The Biden administration had committed to eliminating federal purchases of single-use plastics, including straws, from food service operations and packaging by 2027, with a complete phase-out by 2035. The initiative was part of the broader effort to address plastic pollution on a national scale and align with global environmental commitments.
Plastic production is on track to double by 2040. That means more toxic chemicals in the environment, in our bodies. It means more climate change. It means more plastic waste in the ocean. And so the plastic straw is mostly symbolic, but it's part of a broader problem of single-use plastics, which is costing taxpayers a lot of money to get rid of because you cannot recycle most plastics. Plastic only has a 5 to 6% recycling rate. And the president's executive order is exactly the wrong direction that we should be going in. I think the public reaction to this executive order should be people making a commitment to using less plastic straws, and local and state governments adopting policies that skip the straw. It's easy to just kind of almost poke fun of this, ignore it, but this is a moment that we as individuals and state and local policymakers can make a statement that they disagree with this executive order and are committed to using less plastic straws. It's not that hard to do.
The push to curb plastic waste is gaining momentum as international negotiators work toward a global treaty. Talks resumed this year after failing to reach an agreement in 2023. Meanwhile, oil and gas companies facing pressure to reduce fossil fuel production are expanding their plastics businesses. Trump, a stronger supporter of the oil and gas industry, continues to back policies that favor the sector, including his recent move to protect plastic straws.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.